Squatty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Black Clover episode 80 titled Special Little Brother versus Failed Big Brother. So, okay, after the recap and opening song, I thought we were going to just go straight into 126's adaptation, but until like around the 6-minute mark, we got really stupid filler, but I'm gonna say this, even though the Yami filler shouldn't have been here, I fucking love the Yami filler. The Yami filler's fucking awesome. Especially when he says this, like, damn it, kid, you should have restocked the toilet paper. And the only other reason why I'm gonna give the Yami filler a goddamn pass is because, like, it's actually, you know, relevant. Because there's spatial magic used to send one of the guys to Yami in the toilet at least a couple of times. So that's the only reason why the Yami filler gets a pass. But like the rest of the filler before that, and this is between like the after the recap and opening song to about like the 6-minute mark, was really goddamn pointless. I don't understand what you guys were thinking over at Studio Period. I know based on like Yonko's video on what's going on over there that you guys are limited on resources and all that shit. But if you're limited on resources, why the fuck are you wasting on stupid ass filler? And not just stupid ass filler, like pointless filler. It's really dumb. Like after around the 6-minute mark, that's filler that makes sense, because we're getting Langris and Finral banter going on, and then after that, we're getting like Finral like talking to his team and shit. Like that actually is relevant. This filler right here makes fucking sense. The filler before that, minus Yami's filler, even though it shouldn't be, it doesn't need to be here. I just like it because it's fucking funny. And it's relevant, and it's like relevant to later. It just makes me mad, because like this has just been a problem for a while. We're just getting really pointless and stupid filler that just doesn't work for this series, and I'm just getting sick of Studio Period doing this shit. But anyway, let's keep going. We're 7 minutes in, and this is still filler. But I'm not gonna lie, this filler is actually, it's relevant, because it's the battle. And I'm actually enjoying it so far, even though it could be better animated. And the soundtrack right now is, I feel like we're in a video game again. I wish we were getting more of a kick-ass soundtrack. But because I haven't watched Diamond no Ace Act 2, my eyes aren't completely burning right now, and I realized that was probably a good strategy. I fucking love what Langris says. I expect you to take me all the way to the enemy base again, Mr. Baha. I fucking love that line. I want you to call me Seki. You can even call me Sek Baha. Understood, Mr. Baha. Like, this is funny. And I know based on Yonko's, what Yonko said in his Black Clover video, which I really, if you want to understand what's going on with the Black Clover anime production, go watch Yonko's video, Yonko Productions video on, what's, going on with the Black Clover anime, because it really makes a lot of sense. I know that, like, the staff, like, loves Black Clover. They love the source material, and I will say, for the most part, the writing definitely reflects that. And especially, like, the filler we're getting right now, it definitely reflects that. And if we're just gonna get filler up to like the halfway point, and then it's gonna go into 126's adaptation of the manga, I won't hate that at all. That's fine. As long as you're giving me good battle animation, and it's gonna transition smoothly into the flashback, then okay. I understand what you're doing, Studio Period. That makes sense. Okay, so the 7-minute 44 second mark, 7 minute 45, second mark. We're going into chapter 126's adaptation. And I love the transition. It is gorgeous. So I'm hoping we're going to get some good Sakuga this week. Similar to what we got with Soul last week. Please give me some good shit this week, because this flashback is really, really dark. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some good shit. So let's get to 126's adaptation of the manga. Thank you, Studio Period. This is what I wanted. Oh, this color palette is so good. We got a nice dark color palette to reflect the darkness of the situation. It's perfect. Even though it would have been nice if we got a noir style. I would have loved to have that cinematic noir style, but you know what? It's okay. We got Langris and Finral's mom all black, which is perfect. Let's talk about the castle here. For the most part, it actually looks okay. I wish there was a little bit more detailing in the bricks, but considering what we got, like what we know with the budgeting situation, it actually looks pretty nice. And the other thing is that I gotta say that I really like about this frame at the 7 minute 51 second mark is I like the lighting. I love how how the lighting's coming in, you know, from the sunlight. That looks really nice because you're getting that nice contrast. And Finral actually looks pretty good. The only thing is that's wrong, that's, you know, in comparison to the manga, is Finral's a little bit too close. He's supposed to be a little bit farther away. But other than that, it looks actually pretty good. Okay, I love the soundtrack we're getting here, and I love at the 7 minute 54 second mark we get that nice close up of Finral before we go on to the next scene in this flashback. That's really, really nice, and you get to see the despair on Finral's face, which is something we didn't get in the manga. So good on you, Studio Period, for doing. Ooh, and then we got that. We go back to Langris's face, and Langris says, and we get an extra line from Langris, which is, "Mother, it's a bit cruel to be so blunt," and I love that. And that's one thing I like about again, I like about the writers for Black Clover, and you could tell they love the material. And that's why I've been sticking with Black Clover for so long. The anime, I mean, is that you could tell, and when Yonko said that the writers really love Black Clover, the source material. Well, yeah, he said that you know, the production team loves Black Clover. I knew right away it was the writers that really love him. You could tell the writers love Black Clover. The animators, I know they're struggling because of the limited resources and all that. But yeah, the writers definitely love this series. You can tell. Minus the pointless filler that we got, but this is good filler right here. I love the transition into the next scene when Finral's father is giving Langris a lot of shit. The reflection in the water is really nice. I like that. The only thing I'm not liking is in regards to the spatial magic. At the 8 minute 3 second mark, it is looking a little bit janky. And also, Femeral's positioning is completely wrong. His legs, the way that Femeral's animated here is a little too stiff, because in the manga panel, Femeral's legs, his knees are bent. And I gotta say, soundtrack wise, and we got this last week with Soul's flashback, the soundtrack is really reflecting the mood of this flashback so perfectly, with the strings and the bell. Oh, it's just so freaking nice. This is a great choice for the soundtrack. I love it so much. And I love I love right before each before each scene change. And I gotta say, and I mean, like, you know, oh, the right wording would be the transition. The transitions um in this flashback are just perfect. Like every time we transition into the next scene, we see right before we transition into the next scene, we get a close up of Finral's face, and you see that sad expression, and it's so nice. And I like that this week, especially this week, compared to, I want to compare it especially to oh my god, oh, what's the one I want to compare it to? Um, Especially compared to Rill's flashback, where Rill's flashback, there wasn't any real the color palette wasn't muted. We didn't uh Rill's mom wasn't black like she was supposed to be. It was just it was just wrong. You didn't get that dark mood, that dark feeling at all with Rill's flashback. Here we're definitely getting it. It's so much better. I'm glad that Studio Period is fixed, or not fixed, wrong wording, improved with the flashbacks, especially with Finral slash Langrise's flashback, because this one is really, really important, especially because it's extremely relevant for the elf arc. Even though, yes, you can make the argument that Rills is very important for the elf arc too, because of it's like when Rill, you know, gets reincarnated into an elf, you see like the pattern repeat. You see like the cycle repeat itself. At the 8-minute 15-second mark, I really love this background. It really is a beautiful contrast with the black silhouettes of Langris and Finral's mother and father, which the voice actors are so perfect, by the way. I love the we got, it's like a sunset. We got the orange on top, red orange on top, and the yellow like on the bottom. Oh, it is just really, really nice. I love it. And the best part about it is it's still a little muted, so it's not too bright. It's so perfect. Oh god. I just love, like, right again, right after we go back to we get the close up of Finral, and then go back to the close up of, and this one is definitely in the manga, but it's actually the opposite of how they do it. I actually like how they changed the shots. They did the shots in a different order. They did the shot. They zoomed out the shot for when their parents were basically praising Langris, and then after they praised their parents praised Langris, they did the shot of Finral. Then they did the close up of Finral. Then they did the close up of Langris. I actually like that. That was nice. That was a nice touch. And also, I gotta mention this too. And also the transition was really, really nice into this next portion of the flashback. Is little Langris actually looks like Langris, which is really nice because Langris hasn't looked like adult Langris hasn't looked like Langris at all. Little Langris actually looks like Langris, which is nice. All right, let me talk about finesse here for a second, which is I probably butchered the pronunciation. Just hold on a second. Let me make sure I pronounce it right. I did put it. It's Fides. That's what her name is. Let's talk about Fides for a second. Who's you see her like the 8-minute 39 40-second mark. Um, oh god, her face is janky as fuck. It's mainly the eyes I'm having a problem with. Her eyes are a little too droopy, but other than that, I think the other main problem I'm having is her dress is a little bit wrong. But other than that, she looks okay. Oh, yeah, her eyes are droopy and her nose is wrong. But other than that, I think she looks no, it's not just that. Sorry. Her face is just completely janky, period. It's her eyebrows are wrong, her eyes are droopy, the nose is wrong, and her jawline is way too narrow. Like her facial, I should say, her facial structure, her the overall shape of her face is just way too narrow. It's supposed to be like rounder. It's oval shape. It's supposed to be rounder. And I think because they made her face too narrow like that, or by they I mean Studio Period, it really fucked up the overall facial structure, because that's not finesse. That is not finesse. And then I think the shoulders are a little too high. I think her hair's wrong too. But I think the hair being wrong has something to do with her face being too narrow more than anything else. Yeah, her face being too narrow is really fucking up everything. But everything else looks okay. The dress is a little wrong, but yeah, her face being too narrow is really fucking up everything from like the shoulders up, at least for me. Again, I really love this music. I love it. I love how it went from the violin to like this, or I should say the strings and bell, to this beautiful guitar. I really like it because this is when Finral is like the mood is changing and Finral's a little bit happier. But something I gotta say about about the scene in general is it's still in flashback animation, and that makes me happy. Finally, we're getting full on consistent flashback animation, and the additional dialogue that we've been getting in this flashback animation, or wordings, oh my god, in this entire flashback has been really nice. I want to say this is the other instrument that's playing with this guitar here is a xylophone. I want to say it's a xylophone. It's either a xylophone or just like a different, or like a set of bells. But what I mean by bells is it's kind of not like dong bells that we heard earlier, but just like, like bells that kind of look like a bell set that kind of looks like a xylophone, and you use mallets on it. It's one of those two. But if it's a xylophone, I think it would be either bells. If it's bells or a xylophone, I think it'd be a hard mallet one. The musicians play using hard mallets on it, but it sounds. I like the contrast. I think it's bells though for sure. The reason why I'm thinking it's bells is because what it's doing here is, again, it's giving that contrast. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up. It's giving that happier. With this guitar, it's giving that happier contrast, because in the previous scene, Finral's a lot more depressed, and the bigger bell reflected that. But here, like, we have this happiness going on here, and I like this. I like what we're getting with the soundtrack right now. It's really nice. Like around the 10-minute 8-second mark, Finesse looks so much better, especially mainly in the eyes. She looks a lot better. The shape of her face is still off, but her eyes look a lot better. Damn, that nose looks bad. Oh god, that nose looks really bad. I love when we get to like Langris just being being all pissy and jealous and like all mad that Finesse basically Finesse said that Finral is Finral, oh my god, Finral's superior to Langris. I love the change of tone in the soundtrack. It's just, oh, it's so nice, and you have like the darker tones going on. It's so good. I really wish the animation would be like this all the time. I'm not talking about like the muted color palette. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like the symbolism and shit. It's just so nice. Also, the soundtrack just got so good and so dark. Oh, I wish the soundtrack was this good. Seriously, whoever's composing the soundtrack for Black Clover, Can we get the soundtrack to be this good all the time? Seriously, this is some good shit. I think this is better than what we got for Soul soundtrack, to be quite honest. And Soul soundtrack was really good last week. I'm talking about for Soul's flashback. This is definitely better. And that's saying a lot because Soul's flashback soundtrack was really good. This is even better. Holy shit. Okay, so at the 10-minute, 31-second mark, we finish up the flashback. I love the transition back into present day. It is so good. And I know I spent a lot of time talking about this flashback, but oh my God, it was just incredible. I'm gonna sum up my thoughts about this flashback overall, and then we'll get back to the overall episode. This flashback was so good, and this makes me really, really sad because this makes me happy and sad at the same time because again, the Black Clover production team is on it has limited resources and all this shit, and it shows that the production team can really do something beautiful like this. But then at the same time, it frustrates me because it's like, you could do something beautiful like this. Why can't we get this all the time? It just, the limited resources shit is like, you can't, that's not an excuse. You can't excuse that. You can't use that as an excuse. I'm sorry, you cannot, especially soundtrack wise, you cannot use that as an excuse. Black Clover composer, you cannot give us the shitty soundtrack anymore. There's no excuse for that shit. Correction, the 10-minute 32-second mark is when we get back to modern day. And also this look on Langris' face at the 10-minute 33-second mark is so sinister. I love it. You could have if we had a bad aura, to hint at oh my God, what's his name? To hint that Ratri's in there. Oh my God, that would make it so much better. But I know we have to wait a little bit longer for that. But like at least give us like the hint, like the foreshadowing of it. After the flashback, the soundtrack just got really kick-ass. Ooh, okay, Black Clover. Okay, Black Clover composer. I see you want to keep it up with the soundtrack right now. I'm down with this. Oh, this soundtrack is so good. I'm sorry, my inner music nerd, music slash orchestral nerd is really coming out right now. Oh, this soundtrack is so fucking badass right now. I love the chaos we're getting with the strings. I love the badassness of the low brass, and oh my God, this is just so good. God, this shit is getting good. I love even the point where we got to at the for the commercial break. This was just such a good spot. And fuck, I know they did filler for the sake of filler at the beginning of this episode, and that makes me goddamn mad. That really makes me even more mad that they did filler for the sake of filler. I wouldn't have mind if you extended the fight scene. Or like the battle. Like do that or extended the flashback a little bit more. I just don't get this. Like after the commercial break, we're getting shit from the peanut gallery. Why? Why are we getting this shit from the peanut gallery? We don't need this. Like, here's the thing. When we get commentary from the peanut gallery like this, that is, especially that's not in the manga, and this is just filler from the peanut gallery. It kind of, to me anyway, it kind of makes it, sometimes it makes the episode feel a little bit disjointed, especially with how the episode, or how we were left off right before the commercial. And it's just, before the commercial break, and it just gets so frustrating. It's like, get back to the goddamn fight! Stop doing this shit! Finally, Charmy is not on Julius's lap anymore. I will say this. That was the one thing that was bugging the shit out of me, that Charmy was sitting on Julius's lap. But, oh, thank God Charmy is not on Julius's lap anymore. And I know we saw that earlier at the beginning of the episode, but I was just too frustrated at the filler to not mention it. But thank God Charmy is not on Julius's lap anymore. Why couldn't we just got the filler, why couldn't we have just gone to like the 11-minute 56-second mark? We don't need this filler from the peanut gallery. Are you just... I think Studio Period just wants to adapt chapter 126. I don't understand why. But if you only want to adapt chapter 126, then just don't give us pointless filler. Just expand on the content. That's what Doga does for Seboyaki Kitsune no Senka-san. Or that's what they do at the first episode anyway. That's what Madhouse does with Diamond no Ace Act 2. I just don't understand Studio Period sometimes. Oh God, this soundtrack. I swear to God, Studio Period is doing this for me. I know what you're doing. You are buttering me up with this soundtrack. It's so chaotic and awesome. I know you're trying to butter me up with this so I would forget about this shitty filler that we've gotten in this episode. It isn't working. It kind of is because it's so good. Ooh, so the snow magic is looking nice. Not gonna lie. For once, the elements actually look good. And this is like around the 12-minute 30-second mark. And I'm sorry, this video is getting a little long, but god damn it, some of this, the filler is just really pissing me off, and the flashback just was really, really good. And the soundtrack's getting really good. So, sorry, this video is getting a little long. I'm trying to keep it short, but god damn, there's lots of stuff to talk about. Fucking Helen talking in his sleep was so fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. This is what I'm talking about. We're getting some kick-ass rock music now for the fire magic. This is good. This is good shit, but okay, let's talk about the fire magic. It looks like we're going Super Saiyan here, I'm not gonna lie, but it's slowly starting to look a little bit better. And this is at the 13-minute 13-second mark. The fire magic is kind of looking better. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of curvature in there, but it still looks a little too Super Saiyan for me. I like that image of Fujili there that you did for Leo. I like that. That was a nice touch. Damn, I love this. Oh, this rock for Leo is just, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Damn, dude, the composer for Black Clover is just really kicking ass this week. All right. 13-minute 27-second mark. Let's talk about the spiral flames real quick. Oh god. Alright, so it's a little too small. It should be way bigger than this. And the problem is because there's not enough black used in the center of it, and not enough line work in the center. There's not a lot of depth, and it doesn't make it look 3D. It looks really, really flat, which has got a goddamn problem. And this is just typical Studio Period. And again, I understand lack of resources. I do. It just makes me goddamn sad that we still can't get the elements correct. Especially since we had such goddamn good animation earlier. It still doesn't look like fire. But I will say this. I'll give Studio Period this. We're starting to get a little bit more curvature going on here. It's not looking like just lines, like straight lines. We're starting to get a little bit more curvature. This is good. This is an improvement. Even though it still doesn't look like fire, there's still a little bit more curvature than before. And that's good. But it's still not spiral. This is not flame magic spiral flames. This ain't it. This still looks like a ki blast to me, more than anything else. But it's a step in the right direction. Like the dialogue from the king, that was fine. Cause he's sitting with Julius. So like the little filler dialogue from the king about finesse, that works for me. But The rest of the peanut gallery, just go away. Stop it. God damn it. I know I know I keep saying this. I'm repeating myself, but god damn, this soundtrack is just fucking awesome. I think this is the best that the Black Clover soundtrack has been in a long time. I can't remember the last time that the soundtrack has been like consistently fucking awesome like this. Yeah, like minus the beginning of this, I would say the beginning of this episode. This soundtrack this week has just been awesome. It's been on fire. I'm lucky that static we had at the 14-minute, like 22-second mark. That was cool. Okay, at the 14-minute, 29-second mark when we're seeing the spatial magic here. That don't look like spatial magic. That looks like a key blast. I'm sorry, that don't look like spatial magic. That is a fucking key blast. This is why the Yami bathroom scene, especially the filler at the very beginning, was completely relevant because of Seki being sent to Yami's the bathroom. But this is just a goddamn key blast. I'm sorry. Again, I fucking love this static. It's so cool. Why is Charmy on Julius's lap again at the 15-minute, 21-second mark? Why? Why is the Yami in the bathroom scene? Here we go. The 15-minute, 37-second mark. There we go. Yes! Oh, Yami's expression is so fucking perfect at the 15-minute, 40-second mark. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my god! I'm so excited for this scene. Okay. 15-minute, 44-second mark. Why is there no purple aura? Or, why is there no purple aura / killing intent aura for Yami? Specifically purple aura. Why? There should be some purple aura around Yami. I don't understand. This is some bullshit. I was like, the look at the facial expression is perfect for the most part. Let me double check. Yeah, the facial expression for the most part is perfect. But where is my purple aura? God damn it! And again, the soundtrack in this scene is just so goddamn perfect. I'm fine with the scene change where we have Asta praise Finral before we get to the Yami scene, but it was just supposed to be Asta asking where did Seki go, not the entire fucking peanut gallery. Like, Jesus Christ. I really love this static that we're getting for Langris. It's really goddamn cool. And I realize what that static is for. That static is simply for Ratri. That static is for Ratri. Oh, I see what you did there, Studio Perry. You're using that static with the waves there for Ratri. And that's actually pretty goddamn clever. Because it's, his mental stability, so to speak. I actually like that. That is pretty goddamn smart. At the 33-second mark, and this is when Langris says, "How dare you make me use my grimoire magic?" I love that extreme close-up of his eye. And like, it really represents that sinisterness. I love the darkness of the clouds coming. Oh, this is so good. The pressure, oh my god. The 16-minute, 43, 44-second mark. Yes, the pressure that we're feeling. The look in Langris's face. We got the black surrounding his right eye. Oh my god, this is so perfect. And I said to the animators on Twitter, I flat out said, you, the ones that, especially the one that animated in the previous opening, the Langris Finral portion, I said, you guys better be giving us that Langris Finral fight. It better be looking like this. It really better be looking like this. We better get that symbolism and everything, and ooh, it looks like they're gonna deliver. Oh, I'm so excited for this shit. I love this frame, and I love that we're getting this purple aura too, and you could especially see it. We're seeing it throughout this scene, and I love we could see it from the corner of the frame at the 16-minute 50-second mark. Oh, it's so gorgeous. You can make the argument that around the 16-minute, like 43, 44-second mark that we get into chapter 127's adaptation of the manga, even though that it is also at the end of chapter 126 as well. But I'm just going to go with that. We're in chapter 100, that we're going to start chapter 127's adaptation of the manga at that the 16-minute 43 second mark. Correction, it's the 17.8-second mark we get to chapter 127's adaptation of the manga. Oh, okay, we got to talk about that 17-minute 14-second mark. I fucking love this. This aura, this soundtrack. Like, that's just so fucking perfect. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. I love it. The only actually, let me just double check something real quick. At the 17-minute 6-second mark, the only thing that is not working for me is that we don't see like the white for Langris' eyes. There's no white, and that's the only thing that's missing. Other than that, this is the animation is freaking fantastic. This is getting me hyped for this fight. Holy shit. And the soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack is so perfect. Thank you to the oh my god, to the animator that I tweeted for this fight to look freaking awesome. Thank you. I can't remember her name. I think it was, yeah, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I tweeted her to do that, to make sure that this fight was good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At the 17-minute 25-second mark, when we get this close-up of Langris, I really wish, even though his face is all black, and fuck, this is the shit that we should have had for frickin' Sora last week. This is what remember what I was saying about Zora last week, having that black, demonic looking face? This is what I was talking about. I really wish we had, like, his eyes, in the manga it's white, because, yeah, it's black and white. I would have loved for, like, some red, demonic looking eyes right here. It would look so fucking sweet. At the 17-minute 37-second mark, when Finral says, no, he's Langris, my little brother, I actually like the extreme close-up of, Finral's eye, because remember, like, a minute or two prior, we had that extreme close-up of Langris' eye, so it makes a lot of sense to do that. But oh my god, this soundtrack just keeps getting better and better. It's so appropriate. I'm glad we didn't get a rock soundtrack here. It would have been so inappropriate. This orchestral soundtrack is awesome. You could have had like Night on Bald Mountain and would have been fucking badass here too. But god, this is so awesome right now. I like that we got that flashback at the 17-minute 47-second mark. That was nice. The other thing I like about the soundtrack right now, I have to mention it, is I love that church choir we're getting. Oh, it is so nice. Sorry, but this ain't spatial magic at the 18-minute 10-second mark. These are key blasts. It's just driving me nuts that these are just key blasts. See this line work, and fuck, just in general, the line work we've gotten for Langris throughout this scene, especially, like, for example, like the 18-minute 16-second mark, and even prior to that, and also the shading we've gotten throughout the scene. Like, why can't we get more of this? Seriously, if we had more line work and detailing like this, this anime would be so much better. Also, like, where has this, if we had this line work and shading for Sora, oh my god, Sora would be so much better. Sora would be better animated, he would look so fucking cool, and oh god, it's just, oh, it's pissing me off that we didn't get this last week. Props to fucking Langris' voice actor, he is kicking fucking ass right now. The holes in the crystal look freaking awesome. Now we're gonna get to see if the holes in Finral are censored or not. This is gonna be interesting. Damn it! Oh, the 18-minute 53-second mark. Oh. Oh. Duh. Yeah, we got some line work problems here. It's not pretty. Like, here's the thing. If you look at the manga, there's actually not that much blood, surprisingly. The thing is, though, and you didn't have to even show that much blood. If you would have just given a little bit more line work and given it more depth, it would have looked so much cooler. There's like no goddamn depth. It looks so bad. I was looking forward to seeing Finral with the holes animated. This looks like crap. This is not Finral. This is not Finral with holes in it. This looks like crap. Because, like, if you look at the manga, they're compared to the anime, these look like perfect circles. They, like in the manga, you see there's some curvature going on. You see that some of them kind of look like, almost look, well, I don't want to say bite marks. Kind of, in a way, it kind of looks like, yeah, the ones on his arms, I would say kind of look like bite marks. But they're like perfect. Like, perfect. It just, it looks so wrong. Oh. Studio Period. Oh, and you got the hair wrong too. Oh, man. Yeah, and you fucking censored this. The blood that you did give us doesn't look like goddamn blood either. Looks like fucking paint. It's too thick. Jesus, the way Tabata did it was really cool. There's not enough blood. Because there's supposed to be more blood, like, spilt on the ground. You cut off way too much hair. Oh, man. Doing so well. I'm so disappointed. Oh, I love that extreme close-up of Finral's eye. Or not Finral's. I'm fine with them skipping the other shit with the seeing the other crystal get destroyed and just going into the rest of Langris's content. And let me just make sure this was done right. Okay. 19-minute 3-second mark. You know that black line work you had earlier? Studio Period over Langris's face? Why isn't that here now? I don't understand. But I will say this, the eye vein looks good. I like that you put some extra in there, but there's one problem. You made the iris of the eye way too small. It's supposed to be way bigger than that. The pupil's the right size, but the iris is way too small. Damn, I love Langris's laugh. Oh my god, Langris's voice actor is just on fleek this week. The 19-minute 15-second mark. Oh, that piano with that minor chord. Change. Oh god, I love it. This, oh my god, manga readers, the 19-minute 40-second mark. Doesn't that look familiar? Like when Finral went to go rescue Langris? It looks very familiar. That 19-minute, like 49, 50-second mark when we got that close-up, extreme close-up of Langris's eye, and it was like that black with the rainbow. Oh god, that was so cool. Oh my god, at the 20-minute 5-6-second mark, transitioning back to like the modern time. Oh, I loved it. That static. Oh, that was so cool. I love what Studio Period did at the 20-minute 21-second mark with that shimmering effect. Oh, that's so cool. The black surrounding Langris's eyes, fantastic. How the black bowl surrounded Langris like that was fucking cool. The 20-minute 45-second mark, the shadowing on Lux's eyes is completely correct. Good job, guys. Like a little bit before the 21-minute mark, I love the psychotic look on Langris's face. It looks awesome. So we're ending like almost at the end of chapter 127's adaptation of the manga. So I'm going to give you my thoughts about the episode. I'm gonna break this down. So writing wise, minus the filler we had at the beginning of this episode, and a little bit from the and like a little bit of the stuff from the peanut gallery, commentary wise. This was a really good episode writing wise. I love the shit that they expanded, that Studio Period expanded upon, especially when it came to the Finral Langris lore. That was really, really a nice touch. And yes, I know I understand why the Yami lore was there, and the Yami filler was there, but like, I really wish that we just would have started episode wise. And yes, I know the content where the rest of Finral's team broke the other uh crystal was skipped, and I kind of wish it was there. And if maybe the filler wasn't there, we would have gotten to see it. But at the same time, I'm kind of fine with it not being there, because I think it would have made the episode a little bit disjointed, to be honest. But if Studio Period would put it at the beginning of next week's episode, I think that will make up for it, to be quite honest. But yeah, writing wise, minus, the shit filler from the peanut gallery, which especially after the commercial break, that kind of really made the shit disjointed. And also having Charmy on Julius's lap, which is getting annoying. The writing was good. Animation wise, oh my god, let's talk about I talked about a little bit earlier, but let's talk about that flashback again. Oh my god, the flashback was everything I wanted and more. The flashback was goddamn incredible. And also the Langris and Finral fight, minus, Finral's magic looking like a key blast. The fight was so perfect, especially Langris. Langris's animation was perfect this week. I was so freaking happy that Langris, and I'm hoping when we get Langris versus Asta, that Langris looks badass as a motherfucker. I really need that shit. Langris looked awesome. I was so happy that the sinisterness was expressed. I loved everything about Langris this week. He was amazing. Even if the character model was a little off at times, Langris was just goddamn fantastic. I was very happy with it, with Langris this week, for sure. And also I loved the different shots with Finral as well. Oh my god, Finral was great, minus like how the holes looked for Finral. I was very disappointed in that, but Finral in the flashback was really, really good as well. Oh my god, it was just very, very, very nice. And also, like, little bits, I liked little things like with Leo. I liked seeing, like, when he fired the spiral fire magic attack, even though it didn't look like fire. I did like that we saw Fujilion behind him. I kind of would have loved to see Merleona behind him too. That would have been really cool as well. But other than that, like, it was really, really good. But let's talk about the soundtrack this week. And let's talk about the voice acting and soundtrack. Let me start off with the voice acting first, because that, oh my god. Langris's voice actor, I gotta give props to him, because that was fucking awesome. That's how I pictured Langris sounding. That sinisterness was awesome. Oh my god, Langris's voice was just so fucking on point. I loved it. And also, before I forget about the animation, the transitions were awesome. I love everything about the symbolism, especially with Langris, with like his mental state, with the static and the lines. Oh, that was just so fucking cool. The aura was awesome. The line work was freaking incredible, especially with the shadowing, and you could just see his demonicness. And it just, at the same time, it kind of frustrates me, because it's like, that's what I wanted with Sora. Where the fuck was this with Sora? And also, but in regards to the voice acting with Langris, it's like, where the fuck, this is what I wanted with Sora. Please give this to me with Sora. Please, I need this with Sora's voice acting. That would be really, really goddamn nice. The other thing I've got to bring up in regards to, I got to talk about the soundtrack, and I've been talking about it all throughout this live reaction is this is minus the beginning of this episode. The soundtrack this week was just goddamn phenomenal. It flowed so well. And also, I almost forgot, the flashback animation looked like goddamn flashback animation, and it was everything and more that I wanted. But the symbolism with the soundtrack was goddamn awesome. That church choir we had was so cool. The orchestral music was just, oh, it was everything. It just fit so perfectly. It was the amount of badassery that I was hoping we were gonna get, and what I was picturing. And I really hope we get this kind of music when we get to Asta versus Langris as well. I'm very curious. I kind of hope we get this kind of music when we get to Eye of the Midnight Sun, when we get to the Eye of the Midnight Sun raid. And I kind of want this music when we get to Sora's backstory. I kind of want this music for that too. Very curious what you guys think in regards to the soundtrack, and especially Langris's voice acting. Oh my god, like in regards to Langris's voice acting and his animation, especially when he became all demonic, isn't this kind of like what you guys wanted for Sora? Like seriously, Studio Period, give this to us for Sora, please. We need this for Sora, god damn it. And what did you guys think of the flashback? Like, I swear, Studio Period is getting better with flashback animation. They really are. And even though, like, it just makes you wonder, even though they are limited on resources, like, do you think they can use that as an excuse anymore? I don't even know if they could use that as an excuse anymore. Anyway, I'm very curious what you guys thought of this episode. What did you guys think of the filler? I really feel like a lot of the filler was for the sake of filler. I really just think they should have just extended like the fight scenes a little more. And I really honestly believe that like before, maybe, in regards to like how Leo broke the crystal, do you think they should just give that to us next week or what? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans. And if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I could keep bringing you more Black Clover content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.